What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update, and we have some good news regarding the new Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen. I'm going to give you information about her and the second stimulus check package coming out. And I have some more state and local stimulus packages that are being passed on the state and city levels for you at the end of this video. So make sure you watch all the way to the end so you don't miss out on the information. Also, don't forget to give this video a like down below. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Okay, let's go. Okay, first up, Janet Yellen, who used to be the Federal Reserve Chairman, is expected to be the new Treasury Secretary underneath the Biden administration. We're going to hear about her with regards to stimulus from Jack Lew, who was the Treasury Secretary under the last Democratic president we had, President Obama. So he would know about being Treasury Secretary because he was the Treasury Secretary under President Obama. Here we go.
And I think she has long made the case that you need to have fiscal policy do its job during a crisis, and that there is still a need for fiscal stimulus now. So I think that would be one of the issues that she's already spoken to publicly before talk of her nomination.
Do you think she would find approval in the Senate easy?
Look, I've seen Janet in many settings, and she has great respect. I think she will have a lot of support in the Senate. I certainly hope that's true for all of the nominees. But I think she has a background that is in some ways without equal. I mean, she has all of the different skills and parts of the background that a Treasury Secretary needs. And she's got a reputation in international and domestic economic and financial circles. And she's an extraordinary teacher. I mean, she helps people understand the decisions that they have to make, even when it's very complicated technical issues. She makes it very easy to understand what your choices are and how to make the right decision.
Secretary Lew, of course, you can't help but notice that the Dow topped 30,000 today, a remarkable rise from March, just a tremendous bull run since then. Throughout 2020, people have been pointing out just the tremendous disconnect between what's going on with the stock market and what's going on the ground with regard to the economy. What do you think the Treasury Department should be doing in order to bridge that gap?
So I think the Treasury Department has to focus on the fundamentals of the economy, and markets make their own decisions with each of the actors responding on their own for their own reasons. I think, obviously, with the clarity now that their transition will go forward, and now that we see that it will go forward more smoothly with names that are reassuring, I think that gives long-term confidence that we're on a better path, and that the tumult of the last 4 years will be replaced by a kind of clear-minded policy, and that's good for confidence. It's good for business. I think what Treasury ought to have been doing and needs to continue to be doing is doing what it can to put the fiscal tools in place to deal with what's still a crisis. And I think that job is not yet complete.
So remember, Janet Yellen is expected to be the next Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, the person who's basically in charge of the money that goes out for stimulus. And we also know that Steve Mnuchin is the main Republican negotiator and has been for the last year. So the Treasury Secretary is one of the most important positions in stimulus and also in the U.S. government.
So, Mr. Secretary, if there are to be rebalancing effects coming out of Treasury for the broader economy and for society as a whole, is that something that doesn't come until the second half of a Biden administration? And which sort of taxes would go up in your eyes that you think would be the right ones?
I certainly hope that step number one is more emergency stimulus. We have an economy that is heading into a bad few months because of the disease that is still not under control. With all the good news about the vaccine, the real relief won't come until spring, late spring or summer. That means that we have a long winter ahead, and the time to act is now. Congress should act before the end of the year. It should act decisively. I hope that this can be something of a confidence-building measure where the two sides can start learning how to do business with each other again, and then move on to an investment program in a recovery package to deal with the long-term tail of the economic pain that we're going to be coming out of. even after the health crisis is over and the economy is starting to heal, it's going to take a while, and we're going to need to invest in the economy for that recovery to be strong.
And honestly, that is exactly what I have been saying, that they need to pass stimulus now before the end of the year, because this vaccine is going to take months and the recovery is likely to take even longer. Some experts say it'll take a year to 2 years for things to get back to the way they were, because even once the vaccine comes out, people aren't just going to start jumping on cruise ships and airlines and traveling just the way they were. I mean, I know our parents don't want to go anywhere because they're just scared of catching the virus being in their 70s. And I know that a lot of people are not just going to jump right back into it's kind of going to be like the new normal. Yes, some people are for sure. I mean, some people don't even like to wear masks or social distance or anything. So there will be a portion of people that are just going to go back to business as usual, but there's still going to be a lot of people that won't. And that is going to take our economy a long time to basically get back to normal. It's going to be the new normal, and we're going to need stimulus to help us through that time and to help Americans through the holiday seasons with just so many millions of people out there struggling right now.
What's at stake if they don't act, though? Obviously, it's been several months since we've seen any sort of real momentum on that front. What's it going to take for them to act? And what are some of the stakes if they actually sit on their hands and don't do anything?
Look, I've said for some time that it's playing with fire. The third quarter GDP numbers were obviously good news, but it left the economy 3.5% smaller than before the crisis. That's before the second wave hits in full force. What does it mean? It means that millions of families are going to face eviction if there's not action. It means that millions of families are going to face hunger when they don't have enough money to put food on the table. It means that state and local governments are going to run short on dealing with their regular responsibilities and the emergency requirements because they won't have gotten the assistance they need. And it means that small businesses won't get the lifeline so that neighborhood businesses like restaurants can make it to the other side. These things won't wait. If Congress doesn't act now, if they don't act before the end of the year, between now and February, a lot of damage will be done. And that damage can be avoided and must be.
And honestly, that is exactly right. As the virus numbers, yesterday's numbers came in, and we just broke over 200,000 positive cases in one day, the highest ever recorded in the world. As you can see here on this graph, yesterday's numbers are in 205,000 cases, positive cases in the United States. 205,000 people just yesterday tested positive for the virus. This is per day. We've been averaging 160 to 180,000 per day, and we have now topped over 200,000 cases in just one day. This is per day, guys. This is over 1 million people catching the virus per week. And at this, we're getting close to 1.5 million per week. We have over 13 million cases in the United States and over 265,000 deaths. And honestly, the deaths trend is starting to spike up also. You can see we're at 2,300 cases a few days ago per day. There's a lot of up and down spikes here because of the weekend reporting. The weekend reporting is always less on everything reported because that's kind of just how the way it was. And same thing with Thanksgiving. There's a lot less reported cases on Thanksgiving. But we are now at an all-time high of new cases every single day. And there's so many people catching the virus right now that it's kind of spreading exponentially. And thank God the vaccine is coming out soon. But unfortunately, for a lot of people, it will not be soon enough, as most people are not expected to get the vaccine until Q1 or Q2 of the United States. So basically, January, February, March, April is when the majority of people are going to get the vaccine, and the majority of people will not be getting it in January. It's those later months that we'll see the masses get it. Next up, the number one way that people are getting money right now is through state and local city and county stimulus. Most of these states have gotten billions of dollars in stimulus, and a lot of these states are giving money back to their residents. And in today's video, I want to feature one of our viewers who left a very helpful comment down below. This is actually the second time they have helped us. Their name is Unforgiven774. If you find any state or local programs, or you know of any, or you find any online that are helping out your state or your city, comment them down below in the comments so we can help thousands and thousands of viewers like this comment. Unforgiven says, "Good morning, Jimmy. I have more information on Texas state stimulus. I posted this last night and I will post this again. There's more information on Texas stimulus relief on the website here, cftexas.org. And you can see the full link. I'll have it here. You can see it at the top of my screen if you can see this here. And also on the United Way of Texas is giving relief to Texans. So 2 different stimulus programs for Texans. Thank you so much, Unforgiven. If any other viewers find any for other states, please comment them down below. And if I see them, I will share them on the channel. But as you can see here, this is the website for Texas grants. Grants are basically just money that they give you. It's pretty much the same word for stimulus. A lot of people get that confused. The CFT fund is funding emergency requests for stimulus from the North Texas CARES online grant application portal for Texas for stimulus money. So you click here to fill out this application here. And again, if you're struggling at all, fill this out. Don't not fill it out, because a lot of these funds have millions of dollars that just sit there and don't get used, and then they get replenished if they do get used. So if you're in trouble at all, look for these grants, these stimulus, and use them. It's better than the money not getting used and the states using the money for something else. Also, United Way of Texas, their website is uwtexas.org. So I will be keeping you up to date with the federal stimulus from Congress and the state and local stimulus programs. I think tomorrow I will be having a video with all the states and cities and counties that I have covered previously. I'm putting together a big list for you guys. There's dozens and dozens and dozens of states and cities. This will be a very big video for you guys, so don't miss out on that one. That will be coming out tomorrow. Not sure what video, but our videos go live at 10 a.m., 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're subscribed with the bell icon on to all notifications if you want to get notifications when we go live. And don't forget to share this video so others like you can find out about these stimulus programs and we can spread the word. You can click on this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos to watch them next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.